Recording in progress.
He's a multi-Grammy Award winning artist, a powerful voice for consciousness, message of love, unity, and social awareness across the globe. He's been carrying forward the spirit of Bob Marley while defining an identity for himself. Ziggy Marley, welcome to the show.
Yeah, good to be here.
Congratulations on the new album.
Yeah, man, thank you. I like it,
I've always wanted to ask you about your earlier work, your earlier songs.
Yeah.
Were any of those early recordings influenced or built from unreleased stuff from Bob, your father? Because there's some depth there, there's some depth there that for someone so young at the time, I always wondered.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to think. I mean, I did some covers. I did some covers, but no. I mean, and then again, everything influenced still, by what we were around and the music and stuff. So it's all in there somewhere.
Okay, but there was no real you met a song that he was gonna do something like that. No? Yeah, that's what I was looking for. No. Oh, okay, that makes it even more impressive. So where did your level of awareness and depth came from at such a young age, you think? Was it environment?
I think it was spiritual, it was like faith, spiritual search, because in a way, according to how me see my life, is like my life longer than my years. Like my experiences is longer than the amount of years I'm up on earth, according to how society check it. So honestly, I feel like there's things I've been through in other times that I maybe didn't go through in these times,
Okay, so
that's how I see it. That's how I see it.
So you think you've lived it before?
Yeah, man. I'm not think like man. I kind of know it, but it's hard to say that because people skeptical,
All right, I'm talking to Ziggy Marley, the son of the great Bob Marley. You started with the Melody Makers, then you stepped into your solo career. How did the transition come about? Because you guys had a good thing going with the Melody Makers.
Yeah, I feel like after a while, everyone just, kind of, want to do their own thing. And so when you see it happening, it's not a big deal. I just say it off go. And then you just do it, But then I really decided for kind of leave my familiar surroundings, like leave Jamaica, leave my family, really, leave my whole family, and kind of came to Los Angeles on my own, and kind of trying to find, trying just for kind of, cause it was a growing experience. Because sometimes you have to leave your familiarity to open up your mind and grow as a person, as a human being. So I didn't mind it, but that's how it really happened. After a while, everyone do their own thing, and then you just kind of set up a journey for yourself. And everything kind of fall in place too. Like there's a reason for everything that happened to me in my life. And so it was all necessary and it was all kind of destiny, But that's how it happened.
Okay. Your journey is unique. I'm sure it's not always being easy, the child of a legend like Bob Marley. There's expectations, comparisons, and all that. Ultimately, do you consider this a positive for you?
You mean like what? Consider what positive?
Well, did you feel pressure being the son of Bob Marley, stepping into being an artist? Or you thought that helped you? Because I'm sure...
sometimes it help and it hurt and it the both. People kind of judge you based on that, based on the greatness of Bob, and people want you to be Bob, and people want you to be just like Bob, and people, so everything is judged against that high persona that is my father,
But it doesn't usually work like this. Like Michael Jordan's son is not a great basketball player. Or, you know what I mean? Or Muhammad Ali doesn't have, the daughter tried something. You get where I'm going. So this is unique.
You understand what I say? I mean, for me, it's because, I'm true. I was always trying to be true to who I am. Even though I had to go through the journey of being like my father, or even trying to be like him. But then that's just the journey of a son and a child. But this is my true calling, and so it became my true calling, and it is what it is now, because this is what I was truly meant to be. I wasn't forcing to be this. You know, I'm inspired to write songs. I think that is the key to where I am today, is that I am inspired to write songs and put words together that is meaningful, you know. And yeah, I think that's what it really is that I've been true. I've been trying to be true, you know. I've been trying to be true, you know.
As an artist, is there a struggle to balance honoring reggae traditions while it's still evolving your sound?
Yeah, sometimes, but not today. I mean, during the journey, there was moments of that. But in this time today, there's no such, I don't really see it that way. I was always an open-minded person. I was always an explorer, adventurer. Um, you know, and then sometimes you have doubts and sometimes you think what people might think. But that's a part of the journey. And then to be where I am at today, where I'm just free and unhindered in expressing myself the way I want to express myself. And creating my own sound and feeling. You know, this is me. You know, nobody else will sound like me. You know, nobody else will sound like Bobby either. You know, but this is my voice and my musical style and my energy. You know, so it really it took a while to get there, and it's there. You know.
So I really like the earlier stuff, like tumbling down and
Ah,
tomorrow people.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Those are really classics in my opinion. But do you think
Yeah.
music still have the power to drive social change in today's world?
It's not said still have it. Always had and it always will have. Why you think the world stay the way it is today? Music
Man,
play a big part of that. Now, what kind of music? What kind of music is being like the most popular music that people put out in the world, and you know people dance to? And what is it saying? What is it doing? It reflects in the society. So music is always. I mean, the arts are always a powerful influence on culture. And so the world is the way it is now because, in some way, the type of music that is dominant, check it, you know, check it and then check the world, and you can see how it connected to each other.
in
Now, if
go ahead.
now I was saying, if like, say, let's say reggae music was a dominant music in the world would be a different place. If like on the pop charts and every chart, like the reggae music was the top music,
Yeah.
the world would have different, society would have be different.
Okay,
It's true, you know.
so do you think dancehall is good for reggae?
Dancehall, in a way, dancehall is a different energy. It's lyrics. It's all about what you're saying in your songs. It's not about the music. So we can't judge the music. We can't say dancehall because you have people sing something conscious on dancehall, and you have people sing something else, and everyone have a right to express themselves. Of course, you know you have a right to express yourself, and it's just that what people are, what the industry seems to be wanting people to be drawn to, or the trends are what is popular, sometimes is not the consciousness. Because the consciousness to some kind of like boring or is not exciting enough or whatever, but it is there and it needs more elevation and more amplification if you really want, you know, say music is a thing that can really change society. We have to amplify it more, and we just keep doing what we're doing. You know, it don't matter, it don't really matter who is supporting or who not supporting. We're doing our work, you know. But yeah, dancehall, I love dancehall music. I love all music. I don't fight music. We love it.
All right. So with the way the music business has shifted, streaming and algorithm and all that, how people consume music now, how do you feel this landscape is affecting the actual soul of music itself?
Well, it kind of limit people in a way. Although it's supposed to be the opposite of that because it's, you know, you can access everything, but it still kind of limit people because of what them call, I guess them call it algorithms or whatever.
Yeah.
Cause the algorithm only give you what you like or what you
Yeah.
want to hear.
Exactly.
You understand me? I say so. It's supposed to be this free thing, but it's not really free because the algorithm will control it same way. You know what pop up on your thing, what kind of what pop up in your playlist or what pop up as suggestions for you. It's just based upon your searches or what you've been. So it really closes off the people's mind in a way where them really have to try hard to find something outside of what them used to. You know what I say? So it's a two-way street still, it's a two-way street. It helps and it hurts some.
Icon here. I'm talking to Ziggy Marley, the son of the great Bob Marley. Uh, would you say, Ziggy,
Mm.
um, do you still create albums with the full listening experience in mind? Or you think because of the way of music has changed, uh, the short nature of things these days has changed any of that for you? Because back in the day we had LPs with 12 songs and we would sit and
Yeah.
listen to them. The world is not like that anymore.
Yeah. Well, for this album, we try. Well, for this album, when I say we try, man, I like some try because
You do,
we really do what we need to do.
yeah.
We really focus on the music and the feeling, right? And there's 8 songs on this album, but the reason why there's 8 songs is not because people attention, but because the highest quality, especially we do it for vinyl, because we talk about album and it was vinyl. So the more songs you put on the vinyl is the less quality of the sound you get because the grooves and the technical stuff. So we wanted the highest quality sound. So and we released this album on vinyl. Right now you only can get it on vinyl until like a week from now it's streamed. But we kind of focus on doing a record like how I saw records being made growing up. Um, you know, we use real instruments, less digital processing, just how music connected to human beings in that organic way that is less digital, less AI driven. And so the sound and the vibration and the resonance that come out of making music that way is different than if you just do it in a computer, in a modern digital way. So we definitely want people to listen to the music and feel something, feel the resonance of the instruments. Feel it's not just about the beat and that type of thing, but it's about the harmonics. Those things that affect us subliminally in music is an important part of the music to me. That the stuff that you don't hear and it's affecting you anyway is very important.
This is your ninth studio album. The album is called Bright Side. It's set to release on May 1 digitally.
Yeah.
How this album is different from your earlier work?
Well, it's very different. Firstly, the frequency what we tune with instruments is different. We tune to 432 hertz, which is a different tuning than what we normally do and what everybody do. Right now in the world, everybody tune to 440, mostly. Most of the music here, like, radio or whatever, it's 440 hertz. So I decided for tune to 432 hertz because during my research, it says some things about it more close to the human frequency and meditation and healing, but I experimented with it myself and I like how it felt to me and what it did for me. And so I decided to do the record in that hertz. And in a way, I like to be different. We talk about like not being when you play reggae music, just thinking about like not being just like, oh, this is reggae and this is what it should be. But to me, reggae music is a living thing, and reggae music came from something, and it have to go somewhere. It can't just stay the same. It have to evolve. It have to grow because it's living. If the stream not flowing, then the stream is dead. So the stream have to keep flowing, and sometimes a rock lick it and it change direction. It's not the same way it flow every day. And so the difference with this record is that the frequency, my approach was different, my songwriting was different because all the experiences that I've had, all the knowledge I've gained throughout the years, I've put it into this record, in a very conscious way. And I've also used the science of music, not just the inspirational side, but also thinking about the mathematics and the science of music. And there's a lot of things I thought about. Some of them secrets. Like the magician can't tell you how to do the magic trick, you know. I have to keep some of the secret.
All right. How do you think this album connects with what's happening in the world today?
Yeah, the album connect in an emotional way because I was going through some emotional things when I did this album, really mental things. So because the world depressing, you know.
Yeah.
The earth right now, the way the system running things, it's really depressing to a lot of us who want to see better for humanity. Right now, the negativity, the divisiveness, the wars, the killing, just the whole thing is just it's depressing. So the music, this album, I kind of acknowledge some of the things I've been going through personal and also, but as a human being living in this world today. And it helped me to find a way out. It helped me that the album kind of made me realize I have to accept these things, deal with them, but also realize that there's a bright side. There's always an next side to the story. Half the story has never been told. You know, you need to pay attention and not just get caught up in the maze, not just live in the side of the world that they want to show us every day, in that side, in that negative side. You have to understand that there's a bright side because there's always another side to it. You know, there's always another side to the night, the day. There's always another side to the storm, the clear, you know what I mean? So it's really, that's just how the universe works. There's always another side.
So,
and so this is what the album really is, you know?
So would you say, though, humanity is moving towards greater awareness, or we just losing
No, it's
losing
happening.
touch?
It's happening literally today as we speak. Things are happening. And the music is a big part of that too. And our change in frequency is a big part of that too. As simple as it might seem, or as, you know, not as whatever, not in the musical industry way, but in a very undergroundish way. What we're doing is very important to the change that is happening, and ultimately is going to make the world a better place for everyone.
Icon here. I'm talking to Bob Marley, well, Ziggy Marley, the son of Bob Marley. He's got his ninth studio album is just about ready to release now. Racism is a Killer. You had a short film with that one. What brought about the film?
Well, it was a dream. I want to make film. I want to go into visuals next. That's the next step for me. Music alone cannot be the only thing right now. Because I'm creative. My imagination, I have too much imagination. So music alone, and with this record, you know, the next thing what changed with this record is that I really thought about it visually too. Like I was seeing the music, not just hearing it, not just feeling it. I wanted to see the music. I wanted to paint a picture, you know? And Racism a Killer was like our first chance to kind of like begin the process of going into the visual space, using the visual space just like we use the musical space. And so it was a lot of fun. Racism a Killer is a heavy title, and the song have a lot of heaviness to it in a very light way, in a very fun way, and the video was very fun to make. And it was, it was just experimenting, and it's just the beginning of my journey into the visual space of creativity.
What's the message you want people to you want to stay with the listeners who listen to your music after the music fades? What message do you want them to take away?
What message?
Well, I know you're positive. You're saying positive, uplifting stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So when I listen to your record, what do you want me to take away from it?
I don't want you take away what you want to take away from it, man. Me can't tell nobody what them to take away from it. I don't want to even tell nobody what them to take away from it, because everybody have a different experience. Some people hear a song and it totally have a different meaning to them than what I meant it to be. So I kind of want to get out of the game there of telling people, this is how you must feel after you listen to my music. Because I'm not really...
In control of it. You don't have a control.
I'm not really... I'm not really want... No, I don't want...
You don't want
to do that. Just
right.
No, man, just feel how you feel and feel how you feel, man, and just deal it. And, and then that's it, man. I mean, me make the music for myself. This album was made for me. I made it to make me feel better, to make me come out of certain ruts that I was in. So I made it for me, and I know what it did for me. Now, somebody have to tell me what it did for them, and yeah, I don't want to give them the ideas. Let them come up with their own ideas.
Okay. There you go. Okay. Well, beyond the music, you always been about purpose and impact. I want to talk about a little bit about your work off stage, especially your foundation. Tell us a bit about your
Yeah.
foundation, URGE.
Yeah, urge, unlimited resources giving enlightenment. Yeah, we help children. We focus on children. We focus on children a lot. That's what main focus. After a while, we decide, say, you know what? The best thing for do is help the children as a part of the effort for see the world be better. Is children is have to be a part of that focus. And so we kind of put our energy into that. Education, health, um, education and health and just the well-being. We build houses for homeless people too. So yeah, we try to do that and yeah, it's a real thing.
So, do you have any particular initiative right now that you're especially passionate about? Or
Yeah, with everything, I mean, we help with the hurricane relief in Jamaica by building houses for those lost homes. We just did a show in Hawaii to raise money for a community center there to build a library for the children. And so, and certain shows, most of my tourism will give like $1 ticket or whatever it is to the foundation. And so it's all very a part of the whole thing that we do in our ecosystem that I do. Everything kind of help each other out, So the music help the charity, and the charity help the people.
how can my listeners support if they wanted to get involved?
Yeah, I don't like tell people. I don't like tell people to support my thing. You know why I tell people support your community? Cause it's not about me raising money for my thing. If you want to help me, you look and find a way. But before you help me, help the people around you. That's what Urge is really about. It's not just about the church. It's about also encouraging people to give of themselves in general to others. And so I'm not asking anybody to do anything for my charity. I'm asking somebody to do something for the people and the community that you're living around. Because people need help everywhere around us. So I'm urging from the Urge Foundation that people help the people around you. In your community, there's people that need help. Let's start there, and then you can think about my foundation after that.
Okay. Right now you're a Grammy Award winning, many times winner, performing for almost 40 years. What inspired you to keep making music today?
Well, it's Jah inspire I for make music. It's Jah. And the only reason why I make music is because Jah give me the words them for putting in my mouth, Or give me the mind for make the words them, and give me the heart for feel the feeling. And so Jah is the only reason why I do music. If Jah never give me that skill, I wouldn't be doing it. I wouldn't be doing somebody else's song. I wouldn't be singing a next man write a song and say Ziggy sing it. You know what I mean? That's not the way it worked for me. So the reason why I'm doing it still is because Jah give me the power, to do it. So that's why.
The tour kicks off on June 19 in Arizona and ends right here in Massachusetts on July 22nd. We'll be looking out for you here.
Yeah, man, I look forward to it.
Yeah. When you think about your legacy, not just musically, but human being, what matters most to you?
What matters most to me? Well, I just want to live life and go through life. I don't really want to overthink it too much, And just be who I am, I think that's what matters most to me, to just be who I am.
Is it more about music itself or the impact of the music?
It's not even about music, It's about just who me is as a human being. I'm not really care about my legacy, really, to tell you. I'm not think about no legacy. I don't really care about my legacy. Somebody else have to care about it. Me not really care about it. Somebody else have to go tell somebody, say, oh, the legacy. I just want to be who I am. And then that's it, you know. I don't have nothing else for the but for do that. And then whatever, man. I don't have time to think about legacy.
How do you
I
feel
don't have
like?
time for that.
How do you feel Bob Marley would feel about the way marijuana has been embraced?
Bob Marley would I feel about it. Same way him feel about it. Yeah, him not same thing him say from long time, man.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Just look up all any interview.
Yeah, the Rasta
for
man has
Bob
been
done.
ahead in all along.
Yeah, man. So him not say nothing new. What the same thing him did say. What am I gonna say again? You know? So him have nothing new for say. I just the same thing him say.
Ziggy Marley, it's always powerful to see artists not just talk about change, but actively create it themselves. Much respect
Yeah,
for your
man.
work, and thank you so much for your work with Urge and your impact on the world. Where do we find your music and your information about your
Music
happenings?
streaming, yeah, Ziggy Instagram page and all. I mean, people them know, the social media and yeah, I mean, just really want people to check out this music and this new frequency that we're on. I think it's a special one, it's a milestone record for me. So I want people sharing that milestone with me, So check it out.
Thank you for joining us. You still go out and perform like the first day you performed on stage.
Yeah, every day new, every day new, every day new. Every time I like get ready for play music is like is a new song. Even if it's 50, 30 years old, it's still that's just how I am. I have that thing there. It's like a little child.
Well,
I'm like a little child.
we have the full experience. We have the sons, the grandsons. We just have the full experience of Marley. Marley's not going anywhere for some time.
That's true. That's true. We have only for Marley.
Respect, and the new album, we'll be pushing it here, and we're gonna see you in on July 22nd.
Yeah, man. Lovely. Love it, man. Thank you, brother.
All right, that was Ziggy
Love.
Marley. Thank you so much for listening. Icon, and you, stay with us.
Nice.
Bless up.
All right. Give thanks here.
Respect.
Love, brother. Respect, yeah.